there's this relatively straightforward type of calculation once you understand the concept of a theoretical yield. If you know the theoretical yield, this is obtained by calculation, just a regular stoichiometric calculation. Then we can calculate something called percent yield. Percent yield assumes that you went to the lab and you actually ran the experiment and you got a lab yield, and we'll be doing these in lab actually. Lab yield or actual yield. Sometimes it's called experimental yield. Experimental yield. And we can compare that to what we thought we should get back, or the theoretical yield. That's what you thought you should get back. And again, thought you should get according to stoichiometric calculation. Okay, so I have an example coming up. Oh, by the way, if you just take that ratio, and it can be either, usually it's grams that you get back to grams you thought you should get back, but it could be moles that you got actually versus, or divided by moles you thought you should get back theoretically. Then you need to multiply it by 100% to get it in parts per 100. So let's do this example. So earlier on we said that if you start with 1.25 grams of Cl2 with, I'm going to go ahead and say excess P4 or sufficient P4, we said that you should get back 1.61 grams. Can you see where that's your theoretical yield of PCl3? Theo yield. Okay. So let's just say you went to your lab and you ran this experiment with your 1.25 grams of Cl2 and you got back less than you thought you should get back. You got 1.08 grams. So the percent yield then is a relatively straightforward problem at this point. You're just going to take what you got back, that's your actual yield, and you're going to divide it by what you thought you should have gotten back. Okay? Theoretical yield, 1.61 grams, and again we got that one from earlier when we looked at this equation, or looked at this reaction. So you divide that out, multiply by 100 or 100%, round to, hopefully you see this 3 sig figs, and you get 67.1%. So that is your yield in that case. So here are some problems to give you some exposure to working this sort of problem.